Hello, my name is Szymon Klos, and today I would like to present you what has been changed since the last conference in JSDialogs. First, I will quickly remind what it is, JSDialogs, then we will see what has been changed, and then what can we do next, and how can we contribute to the project in this area. So, JSDialogs is a kind of a framework for sharing UI components between desktop application and Collabora Online. It uses JSON file format for abstract description of a UI component. Then this description is transferred from the server to the client, where we build different user interface from that description. So on mobile, we build touch device friendly user interface, but on desktop it looks slightly different, but has the same functionality. Initially, we use that for all the menus in mobile application, but now it's used in many places, like notebook bar, sidebar, or dialogues. So, what has been changed since the last conference? First, we updated our core to new version 22.05, and it required us to do many updates in this area, because some components has been changed on the server side. Like, for example, we had many updates in pop-ups. So now, after this work, pop-ups are unified, so it doesn't matter how we activate the pop-up, if it's a drop-down from the auto filter in Calc, or menu button, or toolbar, it works the same way, what saves us some time for maintaining, because now we have only one component. Also, we use now JSDialogs for all the message dialogues. What we can notice here, initially I was working on JSDialogs, but now we will have listed many contributors. So I'm happy that now it's used in many places. For example, message dialogues were done by Henry Castro. Other updates are, for example, in area of accessibility, where we started with basic keyboard navigation and also fixed the focus in dialogues. So now we can use keyboard to navigate through the widgets, and also for that we had to update our generated widgets, because in HTML document every node should have the unique ID, what was a problem, because in few different areas we received the similar JSON where the IDs were duplicated, but it's now fixed. Then we did some other improvements in testing, because now we have new test dialog which shows widgets in different states, so we can very easily check if, for example, our theming CSS change is applied correctly, or if we didn't break anything, and all these widgets will be visible in one place. So far we don't have all the possibilities there, but we are improving that with time. Also, for testing new dialogues, now it is not required to rebuild the core from sources, because we can use the environment variable for setting new dialogues for using new framework, and then we can in online test if this dialog works correctly, so we can probably enable that in the future. Also, we did many updates in different widgets like icon view, buttons, or handling the tabs. These changes were done, for example, by Mike Kangański, Pedro Silva, Nick Wingate, or Rashesh Padhya. Next, I think big feature is the formula bar. It was converted to use JSDialogs because previously we used some kind of a canvas where we were drawing the content. I will present a second talk about this widget, so you can hear there more details. Also, we removed the last one leaflet dialog from our source. There was also a change introducing the right-to-left user interface support. So in many languages which are using non-Latin characters, now we can display UI correctly. As you can see on the screen, we have the all the menus and items starting from the right side to the left side. Also, if we open the sidebar, it is on the left side. And now what we can do next? We still have some small projects we can work in area of JSDialogs, like for example simplifying the generated structure. We already have some ideas and draft PR, so I hope it will be finished soon. We can of course convert more dialogues because not all of them are currently converted, and also I see that we can do some smaller optimizations here and there. Also, it will be nice to reuse JSDialogs for all other components we already have in the code, because it will be easier to maintain. For example, we can convert all the modal dialogues, and also we can extend our test dialog to cover all the widgets. And how to contribute? You can visit our web page on GitHub, where we have links to all the needed places, like how to communicate, how to join the IRC or Telegram, our weekly community calls. You can also find our forum, where we have dedicated topic for JSDialogs and contributing there. And also you can find there some instructions how to enable dialog in case you are interested in testing new dialogues. Also, we have many dialogues to convert to JSDialogs. So if you, for example, know C++ and JavaScript, you can try on your own to convert the tunneled dialog, old style dialog. What you have to do are only 3 simple steps. First, you have to be sure that this dialog is async dialog, so it's constructed in the proper way. Here on the slide we have example of the change. It's really simple because we just change 2 lines of code. Then we have to enable our dialog by adding that ID to the list we have in file enabled.cxx, and then you can just open online and check if your dialog works correctly. If not, sometimes there are missing widgets we haven't implemented, or there are some functionalities missing, and this part should be done in JavaScript. Feel free to submit your pull request or ask us on our channels. That's all what I wanted to say today. Thank you.